everybody, welcome back to another video in Osh Creativity. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to paint loose watercolor roses. To start off, you can see I already have a rose painted. So in this video, we're going to paint a few more roses. So for the first rose, I mixed together a peachy color and I mixed together yellow, orange, a little bit of red, and a lot of white to create this color. So to start off, I'm taking my round pointed brush. It's a small size, and I'm taking my peachy color, and it's not diluted with water, it's pretty thick. And I'm going to start off by painting the middle of the rose. And to paint the middle of the rose, I'm going to start off with a little dot in the middle and then work my way around it, making small little sort of U-shapes around the center dot. And I'm going to create what I call the eye of the rose. And I'm going to make sure to leave a little bit of negative space between each U or loop around the middle, and it just gives a more realistic look to the rose. To make each U or loop or petal, I'm going to start off by holding my pointed brush, and I'm going to start off very lightly with very light pressure at the beginning, and then I'm going to increase the pressure as I move along my loop or U, and then I'm going to release the pressure and make it very light again. As I progress outwards, I'm going to start diluting my paint with water a little by little. So as I progress outwards, my paint is going to get lighter and lighter, and my rose petals are also going to get lighter. After this first layer is dry, we're going to go ahead and darken the outer parts, but for now we just want to keep it really light. So now we're done with our first rose, let's move on to the next one. For the next rose, I'm using a lot of red and a tiny bit of pink to create the base for my rose. I'm going to use the same technique as I used for the first one. So now we're done with our second rose, let's move on to the next one. For the next one, I'm making a yellow rose. So for this, I'm using white, yellow, and brown. So what happened was I made my paint really light, so it was really hard to see. So later you'll notice that my rose gets darker because I add more brown to it. And it just helps make it pop out more. see me darkening the roses here, and I'm not darkening them a lot because I actually kind of messed up and made them too dark. So I'm just gonna darken them here and there a little bit. Like my peach rose, I'm darkening it, and also my yellow rose and my red rose. Okay, so now we're done with our roses. Let's move on to the leaves. For the leaves, I'm using Sap Green, Viridian, yellow, and white. I'm making my leaves all different shapes and sizes and colors, so I'm using a lot of shades of the colors I mentioned, and I'm going to darken some and make some lighter, and I'm going to use a lot of variation in shape, and it just helps create more variety in my painting. And you can also go ahead and research some shapes, leaf shapes, and that will probably help add some more variety in your paintings too. You can see I have a stem here for the roses. I added a stem for the roses, but then decided against it later and just covered it up with some more leaves. I'm going to continue adding lots more leaves until my painting is kind of full and there's not much negative space around the roses. Here I decided to add another rose, so I'm just making a very mini rose using red and blue, so I'm just using a purplish color to make another very small rose.